Okay, real talk time. Has anyone here ever had that mortifying experience where you walk into a crowded room, feeling all confident and put together, and then, bam, you trip over your own 2 feet like some kind of cartoon character, and then instantly, your brain spirals into a full-blown anxiety attack where you're 100% convinced that every single person in that room not only witnessed your epic stumble, but also judged you harshly for it, and is currently blowing up their group chat with hilarious commentary about the clumsy girl in the fancy dress. Because I, my friends, have been there. More times than I care to admit, honestly. Just last week, I managed to spill, like the tiniest drop of coffee on my shirt. I'm talking a stain so minuscule, so utterly insignificant, that it was practically invisible to the naked eye. To the average, rational human being, it was a non-issue. But to me, oh no, to me, it was a giant, flashing neon sign that screamed, "Behold! Observe this absolute disaster of a human being. Gaze upon her incompetence and despair." I spent the entire day walking around with my arms awkwardly crossed over my chest, like some kind of self-conscious penguin, utterly convinced that every single person I passed on the street was staring directly at my shame-emblazoned shirt. I felt like I was suddenly standing on a brightly lit stage, with a giant, blinding spotlight pointed directly at my face, while a massive audience of critical strangers meticulously analyzed my every move, silently judging my every flaw. This, my friends, is what psychologists refer to as the spotlight effect. It's that insidious egocentric bias, that deeply ingrained cognitive distortion, where we drastically overestimate the degree to which other people actually notice and pay attention to us. We walk through life thinking we are the undisputed main character of our own personal movie, and that everyone else is simply part of the supporting cast, relegated to the role of passive observers. But here's the brutal, liberating, paradigm-shifting truth that we all desperately need to hear. You are not the main character in their movie. You are, at best, just a blurry extra in the background, fleetingly visible for a split second before the camera pans away to focus on someone else's drama. There was actually a rather fascinating study conducted on this phenomenon at Cornell University a few years back. They forced a bunch of unsuspecting students to wear an incredibly embarrassing, bright yellow T-shirt emblazoned with a giant picture of Barry Manilow's face. Yes, that Barry Manilow. And then instructed them to walk into a crowded classroom. The students, understandably mortified, were convinced that at least 50% of the